Yildirim has had real problems with the uppercut from an orthodox fighter with the backhand because of his head position. He leans over his lead leg with his head, dips his head down, blocks his peripheral vision with his gloves so he can't see shots coming. You'll see here, he goes with an overhand right, steps forward, falls in, dips, can't see, and gets caught with the backhand uppercut from Darrell. What makes it worse is in a moment he will get caught again. So he doesn't learn his lesson. He will get caught with a shot and he'll stay in his head position, will not change. He'll just cover up and try and fire back. In those moments as well, he's squared up. But here you'll see, look at his lead leg. Takes a really exaggerated high step off the canvas and telegraphs his jab and gets countered on the inside of that jab with Darrell's right hand. You'll notice that his back foot and his right and his front foot do not move in sequence. You'll notice this here again as Darrell sidesteps. Yildirim takes a big step, exaggerated step with his lead leg, gets caught with the right hand left hook, and he's off balance because he squares up at that moment. And throughout that fight, there was little sequences where Darrell was catching him on the angle. Here, he jabs to the body. He jabbed throughout the fight to the midriff of Darrell and he had good success with it, but he also got caught at times. But against Canelo, you leave yourself open because if you don't set up that jab to the body, and he didn't take a low position, so he's still quite relatively high, he'll get caught to the temple because Canelo's willing to throw over the jab with a counter right hand. You see there, he doesn't take his head offline. Whenever he does have any good work, he just stays in position. So anything he does do well, he gives the opponent the opportunity to fire back. You can't afford to do that with Canelo because it's hard enough to hit him, let alone staying in a position to be hit. If he's to have any success in his fight, he has to get close. He has to push the tempo. And he can't be giving free shots like that as he did against Eubank. Now remember, Eubank, 160 fighter that fights up at 168. People could say the same about Canelo. Well, in this fight against Eubank, he was bullied and pushed back. Eubank had no problem manoeuvring him around the ring. Whether Diaz will be able to get him to do different things. I know against Darrell, he had Harold Knight, who's actually working with Dillian Whyte for the Povetkin rematch, in his corner. He's got Joel Diaz on Saturday night. It'll be interesting to see if there's any improvements there. But this whole video is just about showing you the counter-punching opportunities that Yildirim has been able to give up, or lead punches opportunities he's been able to give up, where his head position is. And for young fighters or old, or a fan of the sport, to see that you just do not put your head in those positions. I think everyone knows that anyway, but you know, it's always good to reiterate those things. But on Saturday night, Yildirim has to make sure that he stays in a position where he stays close, compact, and picks his punches because he could get put to sleep.